Hello. Well, we don't need these anymore. Get that out of here. Married December 26th now. Fragile. Trying to find a couple of old DOS games popped into my mind, and I've been looking for a decently categorized list of DOS games. And there was just a lot of DOS games, so it's like and there's not a lot of good, easily perusable lists. I'm just looking at big lists of DOS games and trying to filter by genre, but it's like, would it technically count as this genre? Is it something different? Maybe. What if I actually search for the name of? Welcome in, everyone. By the way, glad to have you here. Let me test something. Just put. Nope. Chat is not scrolling. The last thing I see is Al saying fragile. Oh boy, here we go. I mean, there's a couple of specific games I'm looking for. How am I gonna... Why is Twitch chat so... Why is the dashboard so screwed up? Now, if I go to the actual, like, stream, if I go to the actual stream and just pause the, there we go, I can just look at the chat here. Now, can I pop this out and it work? Pop out chat. All right, we'll see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try this chat window here and see if that one holds up decently. But then I also got to keep the activity feed up. Ugh, it's just busted. And I don't know if it's an add-on that's busting it. Anyway. I also need to actually get moving on. We need to make... Oh gosh, is this what he looks like? Oh boy. We have video game to make also. The inevitable viewer bot. Always there. Yeah, it's really silly. Alright, get rid of these. This will probably just be coming out of... Oh yeah, because he needs to be able to change height, I think is what we decided. This is not done, but we're getting there. Boss fight. How did we decide on the boss fight? Here we go. Heal minion, consume minion, AoE damage, flower minions. I don't use any plugins in OBS, no. I don't know what that is exactly, but I assume people have OBS embedded in, or chat embedded in. Yeah, I just pull up the dashboard because it's got the activity feed and the buttons for stream markers, which I actually use those. Which is maybe silly, but there you go. Okay, the DOS games. All right. The first one that comes to mind, I would have played in 1993 or 1994. I am fairly certain it was black background with a first-person 3D maze, very colorful walls, and the idea is every once in a while you would come across a contrivance of, oh, you can't go this way because there's a skeleton in the way. Oh, you can't go this way because there's a hungry dog. I didn't connect Twitch to OBS. And then other places in the maze you'd find, here's a bone for the dog. Oh, here's some kind of dust that would destroy the skeleton. I don't know. It was weird. And so it was just navigating a maze in first person and occasionally coming across these little cartoony drawings. Hoi! That's my Caretaker Silk Song impression for all of you. Hello, Fanny Slam. Welcome in. Hoi! You know what? It's because of you that I think it's because of you. I don't remember what happened. It was, something you said in stream was like, I want to figure out what this person's working on. Let me go track down their stuff. And then that led me down a rabbit hole. And then I found out that there is a whole I didn't know other people even knew about Quest 64, but there's apparently a whole like parody Blue Sky account that just posts. I'm like, that's my shtick. I'm the Quest 64 guy. How is there someone out there who's doing like 4 Quest 64 memes a day? Anyway, that's my hilarious anecdote. Quest 16. It adds up. It adds up. I don't think we ever did a Quest 64 playthrough on this stream, despite how frequently it gets mentioned. We did do Bomberman 64, but we did not do the second attack. Did I play some? It must have been ages ago. Not a full playthrough. Yeah. Admittedly, as a kid, my playtime on the game was heavily weighted towards the first 3 hours of the game. Yeah, it was probably a stream of just like, look, let me prove it. I did have this game. Here it is. And it still has the best... No, it was GameStop pre-owned, I think. Well, I figured out what really was necessary to alleviate the early grinding. Because once you get to... In my experience, once you get to about Blue Cave, which is like... I don't even know how far... That's probably not very far into the game at all. But about the time you get to Blue Cave, the enemies are really starting to get above your level, and there's not enough healing items to go around. But if from the get-go, GQ, you're just in time for Quest 64 talk. Aren't you excited about that? I also had something to mention to you, but that's okay, bye. Okay, I will. It was... I'm gonna remember it. My daughter was singing a song about diarrhea. And I thought of you. That's it. That's my story for you. Amazing. Perfect. Quest 64. If, from the get-go of starting the game, you just level up water, which admittedly, water is not it's okay power, but like, it's not top tier in the early game or the late game. But if you just focus water levels, you get heal. exactly. That's where you get your first healing ability, is by just going in all in on water. And if you can do that, that makes it much more viable to push through Blue Cave and get to kind of the later half of the early game, I guess, is about what that would be. There was just something really sweet about, yeah. The bread sounded delicious. Like, the way they described it in the game, I was like, oh, that sounds really good, actually. Something about the bread in that game. It's all just little, like, I don't know, 32 by 32 sprites or something ridiculously low fidelity, but they look really nice. Very delicious. Get your honey loaf and whatever else they had, I don't know. And the cinnamon, no, that's a snail shell. That's right, yeah. So you didn't even have money in the game. It was really bizarre. No money. No money, Jerry. No money. A moneyless RPG. A moneyless RPG. A moneyless RPG. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. The fast travel system was weird because you had to remember to pick up a new item before leaving. But I really liked the little music that played when you were in kind of a, like, the little safe house. The da 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 da. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I can still play the first Castle Towns music on piano. It had some really nice, like, bum 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 bum. Okay, right. We're gonna animate some enemies tonight. Update on the big to-do list is, okay, power station. Entrance is done. Room 1. Is room 1 done? It's not technically working, but it is there. And then room 2, it has a little elevator puzzle. Paper Mario was the good RPG on N64. It was really amazing. That, like, it was so different. So different. Secret room. I do have the secret room. A lot of these need more, like, plants, overgrowth kind of thing going on. It's crazy. We were promised Earthbound 64, Al. It was in the Nintendo Power. I have the Nintendo Power downstairs in the little case that says, look at these screenshots of Earthbound 64, and it had like 2 different screenshots of Earthbound 64. We could have had such greatness. Oh my goodness. All right, animation canvas. Let's make an idle animation for this thing. This stupid sunflower. Ugh. Sunglower. They dropped the white sesame seed in the middle of the desert. Okay. Are we gonna rotate this? Is that the gag? No, not that. This? Nope. No, the head can't rotate really. It's just gonna kind of wiggle around. Hello, Willow. Merry Christmas. Yesterday. Did everybody get what they wanted for Christmas? Let's see here. We'll kind of make it bob a little bit. The stem can kind of bob a bit. Didn't win the Mega Lottery. Well, that's on you. I assume. I don't know. Go a little bit more. There we go, a little bit more movement. And then the head, we'll make it like rotate a little bit back and forth. But like just a smidgen. Go 5 instead. Face. This one's gonna be weird and like choppy, right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. But like do it more often, like yum. Perfect. That's what we want. I got the Switch. I got the Donkey Kong. I got the Mario Kart. And I also got a bird watching book. And that is pretty much it. Which is, I mean, everything I needed, really. I don't know if I'm going to be doing much Switch 2 streams. Unless, you know, they surprise announce a Mario Maker 3. I did not get Metroid Prime. Do I have Prime 2? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have Prime 2. I used to have a spreadsheet. I used to have a spreadsheet, guys. I used to have a spreadsheet to help me keep track of all of my lists of console games. And this was originally so that Hovercat would know what to watch out for when she would go to yard sales. So I had a big list of every game that exists per console, and then a box for whether or not I own it, and for whether or not I want a copy, and like how much I want a copy and what they go for. Metroid Prime. It says I own it. It says I own both of them. Both Prime and Prime 2 Echoes. So it must be in my GameCube shelf. Which is not all original cases. I know for my copy of Pikmin 2, it's like a little no-name generic box case. Joining the races. I'm not a sweaty tryhard when it comes to Mario Kart. They play on another level. My biggest competition is a child. Mario Kart is the worst game ever made. Let's have a chomp animation, I guess. He's, wait, did I duplicate? I thought I just duplicated, but now I'm not sure. It's a very germed up opinion. So what we'll do is we'll kind of make his little head wiggle around a little bit. Don't like racing games very much. Okay. Pick any IP. What IP would be the most surprising but still believable to announce a kart racer? Final Fantasy. Yeah. Yeah. Sephiroth in a little go-kart. I was gonna say, and I guess this one wouldn't be as surprising, but is much more believable. So probably too far in the realm of possibility. Minecraft, unfortunately. Moogles, Cactuar, yeah. Yeah, wasn't Pyro TF2 in let's see here, and then he chomps. So then we need to go for like 0.2, 1.1. 0.2 is too little. Diddy Kong Racing 2. That might be amazing. That might be a little bit amazing if they did something like that. Okay, I need his whole face, his whole head to like scale up a bit here when he chomps. When he gets big chompy. He gets the big chompy face. And then we scale him up to like 2. And then scale him back down here. Oh wait, nope. Gotta lock in that one. And also position the head. Banjo and Conker. We're in Diddy Kong Racing. That's right. And Crunk, the Kremlin. Crush, maybe? Tip Top. Yeah, Timber? Is it Timber the Tiger? Do we need... Should we talk about Raj, the elephant? Do we need to bring that up at all? Maybe there's nothing that needs to be said. I like that, but then it kind of needs to last a little bit longer, huh? Chomp. Needs to come back faster. It was a different time. It was a different time. Stem scale. Let's make it kind of wiggle a bit more. When he's doing this move. Yeah, I think that's... Alright, that's the end of the chomp move. Now we need all the typical, like, okay, he got hurt. What does he do when he get hurt? When you get hurt, you wiggle faster. Everyone knows that. but also you wiggle more. You wiggle more. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Whoa. Is this too much wiggling? That's probably fine. Oh yeah, he's just a big pig running around. Well, he gets a rocket in the rematch. Up near Spaceport Alley. I like the little voice line announcing all the tracks. It was fun. That was a fun, colorful N64 game. I love it. I love it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Probably rotate his whole stupid body, right? But then he pivots here, which isn't great. It was a really nice little hub world. Yeah. I love the fact that you can do 2-player adventure mode. It's with a cheat, but it still counts. Yeah, I mean we can rotate his container a little bit. Maybe the other way. There we go. That's fine. Yeah, Mario Kart was just like, here's some race courses. Go nuts. Sure. All right. Okay. I guess we'll go nuts. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh, let's make him do this. Well, no. I'm not gonna make him like. Well, am I? No, because I don't know exactly where he's gonna be. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. What a good game. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, hurt, idle, his attack animation. Tired, sleep. I think we're gonna do a sleepy animation. I'm gonna get rid of these. And you're going to slow it down pretty significantly. And you're going to kind of give it a little 0.5, 0.6. There you go. There's a sleep animation. Duplicate that for tired. This is fine, but head rotation, we're going to tilt forward more. Yeah, that's fine. Does he need anything else? Sleep, tired? Let's pull up a pig. Oh, jumping. I don't think we're going to do a jumping animation. He doesn't need a walking animation either. He's a flower. Okay. Animation player, move it over to the sub viewport. And now we need to actually send it over a little bit. Great. And then it's still getting cut off a little bit. There we go. Looks spectacular. Yeah, that'll work. Someone made a Banjo-Kazooie fan-made game in Dreams. I vaguely remember that being mentioned. I don't know what you can do with that, really. It's like, how... Yeah, that's perhaps the weirdest part about that for me. But typically on those projects, it's gonna be just a fan game. It's not gonna have fidelity to the original physics or art style when you're building on another platform like that. Like a Banjo-Kazooie game made in Roblox or something, I assume. I guess my knowledge of Dreams is fairly limited. Okay. Jeez, this thing is kind of unsettling. Okay. Quick check again to see what could it have been. All right, let's actually Google this DOS game. DOS game, first-person maze. Let's just start with that. That seems like enough. 3D viewpoint games. Yeah. Let's see. It's like part of me is like, oh, of course, if I saw it, I would instantly know it. But would I? Would I? Deadly Maze game. That doesn't sound right. It's supposed to be pretty impressive. One-on-one deathmatch. No, that's not it. That's not it. I don't think this is it. No, because that one's text-based. Australia Maze, that must be the one. There's another game that I'm trying to find that I have even less to go off of. Like this one, I at least remember that there was, I'm pretty sure, a skeleton and a dog. And it was like, you kill the skeleton and it leaves behind a bone so that you can take that to the dog to get past the dog. Which isn't a lot. Skeleton. Let's add skeleton to our search terms here. Well, that doesn't feel like that helped at all. A lot of these things that I'm seeing look way too scary for what I remember. Like, it wasn't quite the maze screensaver, but it was not far off. It wasn't animated, though, I'm pretty sure. None of these look familiar. List of maze video games. See, Wikipedia's lists are more exhaustive, but no screenshots. Unless you go into every single one of these. Which is probably not a good idea. No, not Aardvark. Probably not Gauntlet 2. Snail Maze? Turtle Stream? And it suddenly jumps from 1989 to 1998. It's like, what? What do you mean? Oh, because that's just a list of maze video games, not DOS. I don't, it could have been, it wasn't the traditional point and click of like searching around like, oh, maybe I can interact with this. It was definitely just like you have defeated this monster, so you receive this item. Monster Bash? Let me see here. Monster Bash, that doesn't look No, that's not at all what I was describing. No. Let's pull out. Got just the thing. I'm gonna draw the game. All right, let's see if that's got anything better. It has a screenshot. I was looking at this one earlier. Except I was looking at it on mobile, which made it impossible to determine anything that was happening. All right, let's just get a little image up. Because I mean, we're probably going to be drawing anyway in a bit. This is a good use of time. I'm trying to see if there's some thing I can throw. I'm looking for excuses for more dialogue in some parts of chapter 2. So let's see. It would have been vaguely. It probably would have been like, you know, objectionably bright colors. So it would have been one of these kinds of things. You know. And then I don't know if it was multiple colors or what. And then you'd approach some entity and it'd be like, whoa. Skeleton approaches. There's a big skeleton blocking your path. Whoa. I'm a skeleton, I'm gonna get ya. Then maybe he had a sword, I don't know. And then you'd have like, I don't know if you had like a UI that would actually let you see your current list of items. This is pure speculation at this point. But it might be something like you've got your list of items that you've collected in your quest, and it'd be like, oh, you've got the red key, and you've got the I don't know, the bag of magic powder, and then I don't think you had a party. And then one of the things I'm pretty sure was just a dog, just a regular dog. And it's like you beat the skeleton and you get a bone, and then you have to like look around. Maybe there was like a, you know, like the full maze layout or something that you could reference. That sounds quite believable that there was a maze layout listed. Because there's no way in 1992 that I would have been able to keep track of my position in a 2D maze. A skeleton in a maze, I know. But a dog in a maze, however. A dog in a maze blocking your path. It was something like that. It was something like that. 1994 is the upper bound. It could not have come out any later than 94. DOS game, maze, dog. Game with a mailman and a dog, no. DOS game. Released 1994. Latest. Dog, maze, and skeleton. Skeleton. so many black background games in that era. So it really is difficult to determine what this could have been. Pan's Labyrinth is a first-person 3D shooter. Trying to rescue stuff. No, not Wolfenstein style. Let me see here. Would it have been Wizardry 1? Let's see. Would love to see a better screenshot of Wizardry 1. You cannot play without making a scenario disc. Play it in the browser. I love that that's a thing that can happen. That you can just play these in the browser. I have one disk drive. Trust me. Yeah, erase the data. Make has failed. Alright, start game anyway. Done. Sure. This does not look familiar at all. Go to the maze. Maze. Castle. Edge of town. Training. Sure. Yep. There's no way this was it. I mean, it definitely had. I mean, right now, what makes me think this is not it immediately is the fact that it's so not kid friendly. This was in a computer lab class that I played it. And it would have basically just plopped you into a maze. There was no actual fighting. There was no health or stats. We'll shelf this one for now and come back to trying to figure out mystery DOS games, because I've got another one. Maybe educational, or maybe one of those, you know, the computer lab teacher liked it. And it's like, oh, I'm going to put that on the computers. I don't care what they say. I'll count that as educational. What are you going to do about it? Dungeons and Daggerath. Images. Vector art is probably not it. Even if it's not true vector. That doesn't look right at all. It wasn't good art. I can say that. It wasn't good. But it wasn't vector. Band teacher let us play Doom. It's educational! Okay. Animation player. Move over to the animation canvas. And make an animation. I kind of want to move this up, right? Like, that's going to be huge. Xbox huge, even. It's fine that it's gonna be huge. All right, idle animation. All right, so this is the pedal rotate. This is where we can kind of rotate the pedals, believe it or not. So we're gonna do that, but not a ton. We're gonna repeat, we're gonna cubic, and we're gonna slow it down more. And we're gonna go less. We're gonna make it very subtle to start with, but it's gonna get like overt with like a buzzsaw effect later for an AoE attack. I guess we'll give the stem a little bit of bounce. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy or anything. Just a little blom, 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 blom. Slow it down a bit. Yeah, that one's fine. Oh, I hope it's Glover. It's not Glover. This eye. We do have a blinking eye and an open eye, a very open eye. I guess the whole head should have a little bit of scale blobbing as well, huh? Less than that, though. There we go. That looks all right. The eye should do an occasional blink. Yes. It's the sun glower, because it performs a glower. Blink was weird for a second. I was looking for the right location on the sprite sheet for it. I was like, is it down here? Is it down here? There we go. But now it should be good. I think I'm actually going to increase this to 4. Just so the blink is less frequent. He's a big sunflower. It's weird, and I want there to be some dialogue before the fight. But this guy... this guy doesn't really talk. He has no mouth. I have nothing for him to say. So it's going to be along the lines of, you know, the party talking amongst themselves, which is really just going to be Leon and Kat having a conversation. I need to figure out how to make it vaguely comical, you know, have some nice on-point writing before the fight begins. Duplicate, we need a sleep animation, which we'll just do this. We'll take this out, so he'll just be a little sleepy sheepy. Yeah. nice and like that. There's our sleep animation. That's easy. Duplicate that for tired. Get rid of the face region. I guess this is fine because you're never going to be poisoning him. This animation is reserved for when you poison an enemy. That's not happening here. Now, hurt. Oh, we're going to hurt him. We're going to hurt him plenty. So we do want that. We do want 220, 245. There he is. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Face. Give me the scale. He can have a larger than usual face scale. Looking good. He will do this stuff faster. There we go. He sees all. He doesn't want to see all. We'll have his head rotated a little bit. Everybody loves a good little head rotation. Other way. There we go. Looks great. There's our hurt animation. And back to idle. Hurt, idle, sleep, tired. Jump. We're not doing jump. And then talk. We're not doing talk. So I think that should be good. All right. Okay. Let's identify a game. All right. Another game. This one was a platformer, I think. Oh. So very. Actually, line tool is probably better for this, huh? It was. I want to say. This would have been, at latest, let's say, like 95. Again, aggressive colors. I remember it was get to the edge of one screen and get to another screen. Kind of exploration style. It was, I don't know what the characters look like at all. But let's say vaguely humanoid character. I don't, reindeer, that's, I don't know what in the world you could be talking about. Maybe there were ladders. Pretty sure there was water. So the idea was you would reach the end of one screen, and then you would immediately snap to the next screen. You hold it, because you see. Some vaguely geometric enemies wandering around. Hello, my brush? Oh, because I have that selected. Vaguely geometric enemies wandering around. Just kind of, who knows? probably some section of the game had bright cyan backdrop, which was the style at the time. And the music, I think, was some, like, public domain patriotic march for some reason. Like, it wasn't like Stars and Stripes Forever. Isn't that the exact same one you mentioned earlier, or do they just sound very similar? Oh. That doesn't look... I mean, that does look like really bad graphics. No, I don't believe that's it, unfortunately, for the main game. But we're not talking about the main game. So let's see, this would have been a... Let's see, can we search by genre? Doesn't look like it. No, not for the Internet Archive. Year published. Okay, we can filter by year published. So I'm going to limit it to 1994. Which doesn't filter a whole lot for what we're looking at. Thankfully. I also played Math Mountain, something like that. Oh, I was looking at this earlier and saw that Might and Magic 3 in its complete state is up here. Commander Keen, I saw that in the list. I played Commander Keen, but I don't know where I would have played Commander Keen. I did not go very far in Commander Keen, but I definitely remember the sort of maze-like undergrounds. Just kind of wandering around. But I didn't play it enough to have, like, fond memories, just vague memories of it. A lot of these games don't have very good screenshots of the game. It makes it very difficult to tell at a glance if it's the right game. Oh, you gotta stream it, naturally. Negative. Let's see here. It wasn't Tetris. I don't think it was The Lion King. Nor do I think it was Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So many games coming from all sides. A lot of sex-themed games on DOS. That's weird, right? That feels weird. Lost Vikings, Theme Park, Commander Keen 3. Load Runner. It wasn't Load Runner. Jazz Jackrabbit. I know all about Jazz Jackrabbit. This is going to be impossible to find. With as little as I remember about the game. I remember one screen of this game. Vibes of the music. Well, what do you expect of AI? Which is unfortunate, because this seems like the sort of thing that would be a good use case for AI. It's probably something pretty obscure, yeah. I probably need to ask my aunt Because this platformer one, I played it at their house. I love Paper Mario. And she's probably not going to remember it at all. Wait. I mean, that does not look right, but there's something vaguely right-ish about this. No, this is not looking at all. Dang it. Okay. I saw something that had like a really crappy space background and some weird enemies. I was like, okay, the theming doesn't seem right, but this could be something. Oh, the Sierra Frogger on DOS. That's the one I had, I think. We're being productive tonight. That doesn't sound familiar, but no, nothing even approaching that. Oh, Sierra Christmas Card 1992. We had that. Why did we have that? I don't know. It keeps going. It keeps going. Sexy droids. What are sexy droids? Star Trek. Not Price is Right. Tribolo. Trivio! Donkey by Bill Gates. I mean, I could be looking at this completely wrong, you know? What if it wasn't even a video game? What was it? What if it was a board game? It was like moving very fast. Something about I know you can't see. Well, I guess I could. Is it gonna let me? Oh, well, never mind. It changed on me completely. This is what I saw going into it, and I was like, hang on, that maybe something vaguely like this. But it's like the cobblestones don't ring a bell at all. But there was something about that, like kind of black sky. And then suddenly it switched to blue sky. I was like, well, that's not it now. The one we're looking at, you missed it, Mac. We're looking at a completely separate game. We're in a completely separate game now. This was a platformer with some kind of public domain, maybe patriotic march music playing. Static screens, get to the end of a screen, next screen loads immediately. Platformer, maybe vaguely it was 2D side view. I don't know if platformer is the exact right description of it. I'm gonna ask my aunt about this one because I played it at her house. The other game, the maze game, that was in a computer lab. I have no one I can ask about that. we're just fresh out of luck there. I keep scrolling and it keeps loading more games for me to look at. It's like, okay, at this point, the screenshots are meaningless. It's so low quality, the screenshots, that I got nothing. Alright, we should get back to making a video game. 99% of game searchers quit right before they scroll down to see the thumbnail that hooks into their memory and finally lets them remember exactly what it was that they played circa 1993. Anyway, game to be made. Alright, so we got this. I want to have a buzzsaw animation. I think what'll happen is he'll like disappear down through the ground with a bunch of root sound effects. And then he'll like appear coming from the right side of the screen and buzzsaw his way past. So this one will be, head will be rotated 90 degrees, no, negative 90. Head position will be down pretty low. The thing is, he's huge. Which makes me feel like we need yet thinner to get him to fit properly. Head scale. Normal, yeah. Scalar scale. Normally 1.75. 0.6 is fine. Stem, we need to position that kind of more down here. And then he needs to rotate the pedals. That's kind of the main point of this one. Is that too much though? Slow that down maybe. I guess we go 180. Or we do this, or 1.5. Seems like vaguely appropriate speed. His face, I think we'll close his eyes, which is 445. Yeah. And then maybe we can wobble his head a bit. So instead of just negative 90, it also goes up to negative 95 with a bit of a wobble. Can I get a pedal wobble? Like that. Okay, and then he'll just zoom across across the screen. That'll be the buzzsaw move. Yeah. Fine. Okay. Copy this, paste it. Yep, there he is. He's big. Guess no surprise there. It's just too big. He's too big. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, he fits somehow. Ooh, he's a big boy. All right, well, there he is. But unfortunately, when you switch him to Buzzsaw, well, no. He's all right. He's all right there. Okay, cool. We'll take it. Well, let's move him into the enemy directory, I guess. B. Sunglower. All right, he's gonna have plenty of health, I guess. Let's say 40 health? That's probably good. I have no idea what its attacks are yet, so we're gonna leave those as just empty list. And then Sunglower Minion. Sunglower Sprout is the name of the minion. Let's go with that. I don't know exactly how much health they're gonna have. 4 seems like a lot, but I think it's okay. Okay, let's get into the game and see what this guy will look like. See if he's too big for the battle screen. Oh, get this music out of here. All right, battle. Sunglower. Start battle. How bad is it? Oh, he's big. Also, don't love that. We could fix that just by lowering his sprite down a bit. So that's easily fixed. Oh, he is big. That's threatening. That's threatening. Okay, he definitely should be counted as a flying enemy. Because, yeah, that's, he's high up. That is too high up to reach. He didn't do his hurt animation. Hey, buddy. Where's your hurt animation? You have one. Why didn't you do it? Did I screw something up by something must have been screwed up there. He's just not. Oh, you know what it is? It's going to be that his reset animation is too long. Yep. Is that happening on YouTube? Yep, it sure is. I hate that that's the default for reset animation. I kind of get it. All right, cool. He's big, he's mean. Let's give him a very scary attack. Okay, so we need some kind of, like, burrow effect, right? How do I get him into the ground to do his buzzsaw? So I need like just a kind of, he just, or do I just have him buzzsaw? No, he should, yeah, I guess twisting down, similar to the twisting vines that we've got for the drill bites. Yeah, they twist, they position, and then they wait after the tween is done. Dirt fly. Yeah, the dirt flying up is the thing that I need to figure out how to add properly. That won't be too bad. All right, so we're gonna do this as flower saw. Yeah, it'll likely be enemy team. It'll likely be some kind of particle effect. How does Rosie's attack work when she charges through everyone? Not you, not you, not you. Not the charge up, not the jump attack, not the twirl attack, the charge. Oh, just move to each actor in turn. Okay. And that's when we trigger the hurt action with a mirror block. Okay. So this might be what we need vaguely here. So we're going to copy these. What is the problem here? Actions queue, append. What do you not like? Target is already, oh, yeah. Good point. What do you not like? No, that's fair. Action queue. Well, what are actions then? Oh, that's for the drill stuff. Okay, get rid of this. Get rid of this comma, get rid of this extra one. All right. We're just kind of copying and hastiness a little bit. No, don't need that. Probably will need that. Yeah, move to each target. Hit them for the damage. Fire Tween. Drop down underground. Change animation to Buzzsaw. Then I don't know. Oh, then teleport. Sprite holder position. Move it to 10 to the right-ish, and then zoom. Just as long as you're off screen, I guess. However that winds up working. Okay, let's see if this works. Battle with the Sunflower. Nope, he doesn't have a move yet. That's a good point. He does need a move. Or he's not going to be able to use a move. Okay. Start battle again. We need to reload. Keep losing it. It's a good game. It's a good game to keep losing. You gotta wind up with a good build to really make it work. But doing that requires you to kind of like understand the synergies. I still don't get how to properly use Watcher. Great. Let's look at that again. What? What card wouldn't make sense? Slide down. Set flag. Target direction. Oh, I need source actor position plus, maybe? Is that what I'm missing here? Oh. And wiped out your deck, oh no. Where is he? Why are you down here? What are you doing? Go off screen. Move actor. Back to original position. Oh! No? Yes. The actor needs to be... Oh, it already is flying. He doesn't need collision. Does that help? If I remove his collision? He will have ads, yeah. I got those. That's, these guys are the ads. See his shadow, but not him. And then he's probably too low. He was too low, too new. Move to original position, but to the right. That should be it. Bada bing. Okay, why are you here? What is the relevance of this part of your head? Nothing. Nothing relevant about that part of your head. You don't collide with anything. You are uncollidable. So why don't I just remotely scoot you up? What if I just take you, find your position? Yeah, I can just move you up. Your Y position is set to 0. Y 0. Why would your Y position be set to 0? For the actual actor. Wait, no. Wait, what? Why would the actual actor... What? His sprites are at the wrong spot. His sprites are at the wrong spot. It's because we're moving the sprites. We need to change the sprites position back. I think this works for set flag. We're gonna see. Y0. Y0. That move still doesn't have a name. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. Okay, so I should be able to get away with setting the entirety of position to vector 3.0. I still haven't made him zip back up from the ground at the end of the move yet. This is all for one move. At least we've already done the art. There's nothing to add there, so that's something. All right. Great. Cool. -10, I guess. My solar panels. Okay, so set them over there before doing that. Move him in. Then keep moving him in the direction of the players. Then set his position back to normal position. Original position, but down. No, yeah, just original position. No extra magic. But also set his sprites into the ground. So after he gets back to the end, move his sprites back into the ground by 3.5. then move his position back to normal. Move him back into an idle animation, and then tween him up. Back to 0. And that should be everything. Does this remember? Okay, that's the idea. That's the idea. I love it when Dubu hears himself at 3 a.m. It's my favorite. I need my sweater back on. So are we stuck in the level up music? That one should be... There we go. Get us out of there. Uh-oh. I see a problem. Help, I'm trapped in the level up music. Look at our hints. Select, cancel, space, swap order. What's going on there? What's going on there? What did I do? Hey. What hint? Why do we have so many hints? A bunch of add item, I'm sure. So many hints. It's not add item. Because we're getting more things added in. Okay, I should be able to look at the remote view and see what specifically. UI global, hints, our list of hints. We have select, cancel, confirm and cancel. Select, cancel, confirm, cancel. Oh, you know what? I bet it is. I bet it's because we jumped straight from the, it's because we jumped straight from the start menu instead of coming in here from a regular room. So so it didn't get cleaned up properly. Typically, we would have clear hints getting called. Let's add that then to the debug menu for when we warp. On-click warp. Clear hints. And then also battle. Oops. Battle. So battle tab, start battle, clear hints. Okay. That'll save that. Okay, so we have a very basic AoE buzzsaw thing. Yeah, it's this select and cancel that got pulled over. Let's go somewhere else. Photon! Welcome in, Photon. Lake Hopper, Lake Hopper, Lake Hopper. Derail Valley. Understand. How is Derail Valley? I hope you had a wonderful stream. I'm really struggling to get back into it. I took one stream off and I've killed my momentum. You too, huh? I'm also trying to remember some old DOS games. I've been very poorly trying to draw from memory 2 different games that I played sometime around 1992 to 1995. And I have no idea what they are because they must have been pretty obscure. And they weren't good. They weren't good. It's just this idea of like, what were they? What were they? Okay, a little bit of a pause before he comes back up would be good, I think. Which that's easy to add in. Right there. 500 second wait. I think the only other thing is he needs some kind of like, some kind of ground effect, right? We're gonna add it here initially, but we're gonna move it to its own scene. Pseudo-educational games might have a maybe, because I did play one of them. I played in a computer lab, and that's where I found the game and played it, and I have no idea anything. There were a lot of interesting games back in ye olden days. Let's throw up some boulders. You know what looks a lot like a boulder? A sphere. A cylinder. A capsule. A box. Actually, with enough rotation, the box would be kind of hilarious. Maybe we do an array with some kind of like splatter. We've got this, and we could turn that into, oops, no, not array mesh, a plane mesh. All right, check it. Here we go. This is gonna be, you guys are gonna love this. It's gonna be the best. Windows Space Cadet Pinball Game is actually one of 3 tables. There's a full game with 2 other tables that nobody knows about the other 2 tables. But man, that first table, that was a good one. It was a good one. I wish there was an easier way to rotate this. All right, let's give it an albedo. Some kind of brownish, grayish, stony, rocky albedo. That certainly won't happen to me, though. Don't you worry about that. Probably. Spawn velocity. I want it going up. And that looks pretty good right there, right? I kind of want the sorting of this to work a little bit better. Render priority. There we go. Thank you, Abram. Yeah, this is gonna be him like digging into the ground. That's the idea here. Could we get rotation on this in the process material? I don't know that we can. I've never fully figured out how to do just different spawn. You can do angular velocity though, without too much trouble. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I just made that up. Maybe that's not a thing I can do easily at all. Hello? Radial acceleration. Oh, no, that's just accelerating away radially. That's not what I want at all. It really feels like if you just want to just plop a PNG down and have it just tumble away, it feels like that should be really easy to do. And yet, here we are living in this world where it just doesn't. Need some water spray. Oh yeah. The nice thing, I would say one of the best things about Unity is the significant amount of resources out there. Like, it's just ridiculous how much there is available. There's where I messed up that. I could particle billboard. There we go. Okay, if you particle billboard it, you can do it, but then you have to be particle billboarded, and there's no way around that. So I guess we're particle billboarded then. There we go. Negative. There we go. Those are our... And then if we do on albedo, if we do, what is it? Vertex color, use as albedo. Then we can do color curve for the initial color. Oh, actually, that's not bad in itself. There we go. Just give it a little bit more. A little bit more. I'll take it. It's just it doesn't have to be much. I'm just now realizing that if I really wanted to, I could do something silly and do a next pass on the material. We're gonna see. No, because it doesn't match the rotation of the parent object. That's unless. Ah, there we go. But then, is it possible to get it slightly? Wait, maybe? Well, that doesn't look right at all. See, this is something. This is something. You see what I mean? It's like a little bit of like faux depth to the objects by just rendering the same material again, or the same texture again. It's not good, but it's easy to set up and doesn't require making additional image files. Okay. Big dirt particles. We could just leave this as part of this guy. And we need to change the emitting flag. So we just leave it off, and then whenever we want him to be doing it, we have to turn it on and off. Oh, but if we move him... Oh no, that's fine. That's fine, actually. Okay. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. We're gonna try it. We're just gonna leave that with him. Welcome in, Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. Of Mario Maker fame. Alright, let's see here. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna make it right here at the start. We're gonna set the flag, the emitting flag of the particle system. Copy property path emitting and just set it to true. And then we can just set it to false when we're done with it, which is right here. And then do the same thing when we're coming back. Set flag true, set flag false. Let's see if that works. There is a chance that's just gonna work. So set up a battle. All right. Don't bother attacking. Oh, okay. That didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. Let's slow motion this. Okay, that's fine. It should still be emitting here, I think. And also, what is this? What is that? Okay, so some changes to make. Bump the amount of stuff up pretty significantly. And then emit, let it continue emitting for pretty much the whole time. But then when it comes back, I don't think he is... When we set his position, I'm setting it to the original position. Vector down 3.5. Let's make him go down 5.5. He's just very tall. He's a very tall flower. That's good. Why did it... What was it lagging on? What was that stutter? I'm gonna hope that was just like a little problem grabbing the block sound or something. That was weird. Okay, we got one attack done. Yay! I guess Big Dirt Particles should be saved as a scene for this guy, because that can also be on his minion. Oops. We'll copy Big Dirt Particles, put it on his minion also. Can we, if we scale this down, does it scale the particles down? No, it does not. That is noteworthy. It does not scale the particles down. We're gonna make it like a smaller dirt particles effect here. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're gonna have to do. medium dirt particles. You get medium dirt particles. Hey, come on. Medium dirt particles. And his deal is gonna be that I could just mess with it on the process material. The scale, just change the scale to 0.3. 0.2. 0? Okay, I don't think it's respecting the scale at all. Alright, I gotta change it down in the draw passes. Oh shoot, wait, I need to make sure these are made unique. Well now what if I change the scale? Now will it work? New curve texture. Still looks pretty huge. That's really weird. Scale over velocity. Please, please, please. Is it because I'm throwing him up into the sky too much? In which case, I need to mess with the spawn velocity and change it to like 2.5. 3.5. And then make it... I still feel like we need smaller bits of stuff here. In which case I'm gonna have to mess with it here. All right, that's better. I don't need as much. I don't even know when I'm gonna need this. When does he even need this? I guess he'll attack similar to the drill bite. How will it be different though? What does he do different? Why is this a separate enemy? Is it just a palette swap? I guess as long as it has different stats and can do something different, then it's okay as a palette swap. Drill bite. Where's my drill bite? Drill bite. Enemy drill bite move. That definitely is budget friendly. But he needs a... Okay, drill bite has a animation called bite. Minion actor has chomp. So if we rename this to bite, then this might just work. Give me Sunglower Sprout, Sunglower Sprout, Sunglower. How bad is this? How huge is this? Yeah, see, that we don't want exactly. Yeah, that chomp animation, though, is really too slow. So we need to change the timing on that. And then this guy's big, so he needs to leave room for... yeah, we'll figure out how to make it work. But yeah, this is doable. Okay. that works as long as we work on the timing for the drill bite. The drill bite proxy chomp here. It needs to be right there. Right at the 1 second mark is when he needs to chomp. So as long as we can adjust this to chomp, boom, right there. So just move everything 1 second earlier, right? Is that good enough? Is that all we really need? We just do like this. That might be enough. Yeah, all right. That might be good. Might be good enough. So do this. It's still huge. Xbox huge. Okay, that's fine. He has a move at least. Okay. How does he do his little sprouts? Also, should he count as flying? I think the big guy, you can smack his stem. Sure, why not? It's just he's usually going to have things in front of him that prevent that. Like, that was his whole shtick, is like he's going to summon things. Get rid of his flying. He's going to summon things at regular times. First move, he'll summon. Oh, right, defense up while the minions are out. I could make a common move for the minion to be casting a defense up buff, and that's how that defense up works. But for that, how do I guarantee a +3 on that? I can't. It becomes a coin flip. But there's nothing in the rulebook that says all status effects have to be done via coin flip. Yeah, so I may just do. All right. What can I do with this guy? What kind of animation can he do? Can I just, like... Yeah, I'll just up his speed on his idle animation. That's his casting animation. Let's call that a day right there. Okay, so we're gonna do a new move for the minions to have available, and that's gonna be defense buff. Target. Oh, this is tricky. It is a specific target. But I can, well, how do I do that? Okay, target is friendly. How do I prevent the enemy from using it on another? I guess what I could do is say that it technically targets the entire team. But only affects one of them. So it'd be cast it on my team. But then it really only affects the last one in line. All right. There's got to be somewhere where I mess with animation speed, right? Speed scale. Speed underscore scale. I want to find an example of where I'm doing that in a fight. Are there any instances where I'm doing that in a fight? Yes. Okay, it is just bind. You have to get the actual animation player. That's not too bad. Source.actor.animationPlayer should fit the bill. So then we just say bind speed scale, speed underscore scale, to a value of 3.0. And then at the end, we're going to reset it to 1.0. So let's go ahead and sandwich that so that we don't forget to reset it. So he's going to do a little thing. And then we've got case in our special moves already where we do a little particle effect. Yeah, the save particles. That would be nice to do on the target. We're gonna say actual target equals targets sub -1, which I think should always be the big guy if we do things right. Particle path. So we're going to create the sprite. Little particle sprite going on here. At our target, actual target actor. Actor. Dot position, we need a sprite holder for that. And then what do we do with that? We just get rid of it at the end, right? Oh, we gotta make sure we set emitting true. Do you want to do camera target? We could do that. Camera target's fun. Throw a little camera targeting on there. Make sure to undo the camera targeting after we wait a bit. And what about camera speed? Do we bother with that? Not really. All right. Well, cool. So we'll do emitting on that. Make sure to delete the sprite list after we're done, or the sprite holder. That doesn't happen immediately, does it? No, we still wait a little bit to change the camera target. Then we'll do some kind of nice little sound here. And then we will roll the status effect. Where are we? Where do we have some instances of that in this very class? Right here. Boom. Apply status effect. Oh, we do need the actual unit. So this needs to be .actor, and then this is actually referencing the target unit. Actual target. Apply status effect to the target. We're applying defense up, potency 3 for 1 turn. But we're only doing that here we go. If let's see here. Has status effect defense up. Nobody has status effect defense up is the idea. That's when we're doing it. So target. Ooh. Uh-oh. Requirement only takes in source as a parameter. I didn't know that. Hang on, I gotta try something. Okay, just checking. Huh. Well, hang on now. Surely... Really? Yeah, I mean, up until this point, every time where a move is waiting for a specific condition to be in effect, we've only ever needed to look at our own. Okay, here we go. We can look at the side. We can source dot opposite side. Okay, so that means I can source dot side. There we go. That'll work. I can still get by. So we're looking at source dot side dot all. You can only do this if every member of your team does not have a defense up status effect. Cricket, welcome in! How was your stream? How was the time? How was the stealing of it? I hope you had a wonderful time. There we go. It will only use this move if this status effect is not in effect. Are you winning, son? All right. So we knew up a fight. This one will attack. It's fine. Ah, cloud save syncing. Oh, right. I didn't actually give them the new move yet. Well, that'll do it, huh? I need to tell it to... What was that? What was that way that we force a move? Priority, that's it. We list a move as priority. So this is a relatively new attribute I can put on moves, is calling them priority. When I do that, it means that that move will always be used as long as it is allowed to be used. Let's go to here. Yeah, this one, this battle set is too Okay, so he's got triple defense buff. Yep, he's gonna do it again. That bite is like really sluggish. Okay, and then he's gonna do it again. Good, he always uses it. Perfect. And that makes it like almost impossible to deal any damage as long as the enemies are still out there. There's no need to flatten the battlefield. All that shrubbery will not even exist in the boss room, and it will not exist in the final version of that fight room anyway. So, unnecessary. Okay. Good, good, good. That's the defense up while minions out, but it will cost a minion's move, which is good. That means the minions are going to be busy. There will be other opportunities for drama. The minions will be busy keeping that buff up. We need a summoning move. We need a move that... Do we want a move that heals the minions? I don't love that. I don't love that. Summoning. Oh. Originally, my idea was that he heals his minions, but that just makes the battle just a stalemate. The minions keep his defense up, and he keeps their health up, and you just don't progress at all. You need to be able to chip forward in some way. It's like, I guess you could... You could technically make progress, but you'd have to land a 2-point damage on both player and partner. It's like you might be struggling to... You might be needing somebody to be doing healing and keeping up with items. So it's... Goblu in Expedition 33, it summons flowers. If you don't take them down, they heal the boss. That's kind of what's going on here. But as a peace offering to the player, rather than having the enemies heal the boss, they're going to be preventing damage. Which numerically is almost like the same, but it kind of happens at a time where you can know what to expect. You're like, okay, I'm not losing ground. I just can't gain ground by attacking the enemy, by attacking the boss this turn. So I need to focus on this guy instead. So you can always kind of keep moving forward. So I'm thinking maybe we up the number of minions at each phase. Let's see here. Charging up a big move while there are minions. I mean, that could be the Buzzsaw move. The Buzzsaw move could be the... He's charging his laser. Because the Buzzsaw move looks kind of nice. Exactly. You don't have to buy the right items. You just need to be ready to go for it. And by making this a defense-heavy thing, you can, I think, cheese the boss to some degree. Because there are a lot of things that bypass defense. So you don't have to play it the way that it's drawn out to be played. At this point in the game, you will have a pretty powerful special move. You can only use it once per battle, but you could throw out like 8 damage across every enemy on the board. Resist until the sun sets. But then I've got to do like time-based areas that are like I'd have to do day-night cycle stuff. Okay. The flower minions attack. I don't love their animation, but it works. The AoE damage works. Defense up while minions are out. That works. Summon. And probably just more attacks in general would be good. How do we manage the summon? Okay. We make it a priority move, which means that if it's available, he definitely uses it. It can only be, I think the battle unit class has like we have a generic sort of extra data. Yeah, it's actually called extra data. Extra data property. And that can represent how many times we have run the attack. So enemy flower summon. It is a priority move. Don't do any of this stuff. Requirement. Okay. If source dot extra data equals 0, return true. Basically, if we have never used this move, use it immediately. This is the first move that gets tossed out. Should the boss have to wait 1 turn without minions before resummoning minions? I'm gonna say it's based entirely on his health, which means that typically he will be waiting 1 turn, because typically you will not be able to chip out that much of his health before he's able to get another set up. If he has summoned once, then base it on his current HP divided by, is this how we did, is this got here? Yes, it is, as a matter of fact. All right, if he is summoned once, then you cannot summon again until we hit 65% health, is what I'm saying. Less than 65%. Yeah, so the idea is he's going to summon them immediately. You're going to spend like 2 turns knocking out the minions and not damaging him at all. And so the next turn, he's going to be at extra data equals 1, but his HP is still basically full because you haven't had a chance to even damage him yet. So he's not going to summon them immediately. You're going to have an opportunity to knock down his health further. But once you get him down to about 2/3 health, then he's going to summon the next wave. And then finally, what did we say here? 30%. And what I'm wondering is, will some players be able to skip this phase, like with very clever planning and knowledge of the point at which he summons that wave? I wonder, will people plan out like, okay, can you knock out 12 damage in 1 turn? Let's see what we can do. Because I think Yeah, definitely. 100% okay. I want that sort of thing. Exactly. You'd have to know. I want this to be something that people are like, guys, look at this. I found a way to skip phase 3 on the Sunglower. And it'll be like, ooh, ah. And it would require some consumables. Like, all right, you got to save your special move until after the second summon, and you got to get him down to exactly this much HP. Then you hit him with the special move to knock out 8, and then you can knock out the remaining 4 with whatever move. I don't know. Would there be a way? I think I want there to be a way. Yeah. At this point in the game, tennis ball. I think I want to give you a single baseball. Just so you can knock out 13 HP. Yeah, baseball would be 5 damage. And then the special move I think does 8. Let's see, what does the breakout special give you? $765. It can deal 9 damage. Just barely. If you get a perfect breakout game, it's 9 damage. So yeah, maybe it's doable. Maybe it's doable. Maybe I should just give it a little bit more wiggle room, say 25%. Our hero, Brian Griffin, is in Melrose. Gosh, I love Quest 64. Hello again, GQ. We have a little bit of extra time tonight, despite what the bot says. 64-year anniversary edition. Oh, man. That's gonna happen at some point, isn't it? Oh, man. In the 2050s, we're gonna start seeing 64-year anniversary editions of Nintendo 64 games. Oh, man. Like, that's gonna be that's gonna happen. All right, we've all got our goals of how long to live now. All right, so when you use this, we are going to take extra data and add 1 to indicate that we have used our special summoning move. Do the number of summons change as this goes on? I could see it being 1 summon the first time, 2 summons. Wow. 2 summons the second time, 3 summons the third time. Let's see here. Moves. Where's the summon move? What is that under? There it is. Enemy summon. You set their positions. Summon position, target position. Okay. So you pretty much have to just repeat this for each one. Create the unit. enemy shuffle sound like? Okay. Oh no, no sixes for you, GQ. Oh no, no, no. That's terrible. Terrifying. Unbelievable. For I in range source.extra data. So this is gonna say run this block of code 1, 2, or 3 times. Action queue dot append array. A little bit of mischief. Let's see here. We want a summon position. How does this work? I need some room. I need some room. So we're gonna say source.actor.position plus target directory source. Oh, how does this work? Source dot enemy side. It's like something in the battle unit. Opposite side, we called it. Opposite side, Sub-Zero. Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess it's not a huge surprise. 2 meters towards the players is our summon position. I'm gonna say 1, and then I'm gonna say summon position plus equals target directory 1, which that returns a vector 3. Yes, good. That's how they get you, huh? Create unit. That might be one of my favorite genres of dumb internet joke. Okay, source unit, summon position. So create the unit. I don't need this. Create the unit. And then I want to basically do the same thing up here that we did with the tweening. Oh, how would you get that? I don't know. Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. Okay. Set flag. On the sprite holder. Of sprites dot position. Is that how I did set flag on battle actions? Is that I've got a little yeah, I can split on dot. So this should work. Move it to vector 3 dot down times 3.5. And then fire tween, which that it's an array. It will be an array. So I have a sprite. But I can't do dot. Dang. Dr. Mario 64! Huh. With this system, it's very difficult for me to... Dr. Wario. I guess I could do scale Y. It'd be silly, but that would work. We'll try it. Nope, wait, nope. I still gotta. Oh, I love Final Fantasy VI. Flower Summon is a priority move, right? Yes. So it should get used if it's possible for it to use it. So it's just this guy. Whoops! That's not who it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that type. See, now that's a problem. He summons just another one of himself, which in turn summons another one of himself. Okay, this seems fine. I'm worried that he's not far enough over. Are you not listed as flying? Is Drill Bite flying? Yes, okay. So this guy should be too. Also, his XP should be 0. He's a minion. You get points for the whole fight. That's it. Okay, he needs a little bit better animation. So what? Animate him faster for a bit. That seems good. Wait. And sure, let's play shuffle. Let's play the shuffle sound. Just so we have a sound effect. Did I see? You know what? Very briefly I did. Believe it or not, I've had a pretty full schedule for the past few days. But every once in a while, I get a chance to just look at my phone and see what everybody's up to. That needs to be faster, and that needs to wait longer. How long is the shuffle sound effect? 1.8. Okay. Then sure, let's do this. There you go. He's been seen. I have set up a battle action for that. I'm trying to really not use it, except on extremely important things that are not, I guess, things that you definitely need to know. Like, what does this status effect do? That kind of thing. His speed scale is not changing, I'm noticing. Like, I'm watching him. I'm watching him, and his speed scale is not changing. Something else is setting it, I think. I bet there's something on the actor base class that is setting this. As a matter of fact, there is. Animation speed. Animation speed. So right now, the only time that I really display that is if there is some reason for an enemy to skip their turn, which only happens in the tutorial fight. Okay, there we go. And that means that probably was happening on the speed scale up here, wasn't it? Bet it was. Fixed. Well, was there something else using? No, that was it. Okay. I don't know where I got the idea that I needed to be using that. Leon still needs an action command. Oh my gosh. I'm really trying to get this done by the end of the month, but we have 3 streams left. And not a lot of off-stream time either. So it's going to be close. And then I still need to actually test run the entire chapter, and there's something, I don't remember what, but there is something major that I've forgotten. I thought about it like yesterday. It's like, ooh, I gotta remember that this still needs to be done, because that's gonna take a little bit of time too, and it's not on my to-do list, and I don't remember what it was. Great. Okay. So the big attack. The big attack is cool. Because it works well with Leon's ability. That's a really good move for this chapter because Leon can kind of intercept it. Yeah, this action command needs to be adjusted. So it's like, sure, you can do that. Fine. so dumb. Okay, that's fine, but now... Oh, yeah. Look at my decoys. Boom. No damage. See, that's what that move is cool for. Okay, just thinking about how this could work together. I don't want... for a brief moment, I was like, I'll make it so that all the minions do is defend and charge up this super move. And that's it. That's all they do. And it's cool that you dodge a really powerful attack, but it doesn't need to be that big of a deal. Plus, here's one annoying thing about the little buzzsaw move is that is only really useful if you know it's coming. So I think what we need is that he has his own charge up attack. Actually, what's Rosie's charge up attack? Does a pre-charge animation. Scales up. No, see, that's not gonna work. But I like the idea of having Sunflower charge up. Target myself. I think. Is that what our target directory name is for self? Yeah. Requirement doesn't currently have the power-up effect. And no minions. Oh, but what if you time it just right? Shoot. I need to have levels of priority. I want him to only use the saw attack, the buzzsaw attack. Thank you for the Pip party. And the Posy party. I only want him to use the saw attack when he powers his strength up. I only want him to power his strength up when he has no minions, so that you have a clear moment of knowing if I use the paint feint attack, it's not going to get picked up by one of the little guys. The only one that can do it is him. But what if, in the intervening time between when he powers up and when he uses it, you knock his health down enough where he uses a summon move? Well, then you'll feel cheated. So priority needs to be changed. It's no longer priority true, it's a numeric value. Priority is now a move here. Okay, so priority priority is gonna be 0. Max priority We take our available moves. We're going to max on getting the priority value. Too many arguments for maximum call. Function A. Oh, okay. I need to map it and then call dot max. And then available moves gets available moves where priority equals the max priority. Okay. So if we have... Oh, you don't have enough tokens to actually kick off a minigame. I'll do it. There you go. It costs 100 tokens. All right, here we go. Done. Priority is now tierable. Mr. Coffee! Welcome in. Guys, you may have heard me mention Mr. Coffee before. In my opinion, the person who understood the language of the game more than anyone else. If I remember right, the playthrough is on the YouTube archive for his channel. If you look for Paper Robot, you can find it. Highly recommend. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Thank you for visiting. We are working on the boss of Chapter 2 in my wild attempt to try and get everything content complete by the end of the year. It's come a long way. Chapter 2 was started in October and is nearing completion. Things are getting complicated on the back end. Priority 2. We now have a system where moves can take priority, and if any moves are priority moves, the enemies will always go for those first when they're available. And previously, it was just a yes-no. This is either a priority move or not. But now, I'm getting to a point where I'm realizing, oh, you know what? This move has to be a priority move, but this move has to be extra priority because it always has to happen, even if this one is available. It's a whole thing. But yeah, Chapter 2 is looking good. Let's dip in a little bit since we're running a little bit late. Hovercat is hanging out with her parents tonight for a little visit, so we have a little bit of extra stream time. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. This needs a little bit of work, I'll admit. There we go. A little brief look at Chapter 2 here. This is gonna get cleaned up a bit, I think. Don't worry about this friendly little fellow following us here. Oh, jeez, okay. So whereas Chapter 1 kind of spits you out in a nice little green hills zone around some construction area, this is more of a jungle area near an electrical substation, and eventually a full-on power plant with some very interesting rooms and puzzles to get through that look very complicated but are not that bad. Yeah, it's a fun little romp. I did finish that huge room that I was showing you guys that we were just starting. Well, should I? I won't show you how it works, but I'll show you what it looks like at least. Because I think it's really fun and like, oh oh, what is this room kind of situation. I optimized it a little bit. There's just a lot of meshes. I was able to trim it down a bit, and it runs a little bit more smoothly. This music feels loud. Does that feel loud? It feels a little loud. There we go. But yeah, chapter 2 is coming along. Oh, that's something we need. More items. This guy only has... I need at least 2 new items. Probably more for this chapter. This is my favorite character. He doesn't even say anything interesting. I just love the way he times to the music. That needs a sound effect. I'm gonna have to do a lot here. That needs a good sound effect. There's a whole platforming zone in the middle of this chapter. You gotta have a circling a big tree area in every video game. All right, there you go. A little teaser of what's to come. There's a lot. Throw peel, a stun. There are a fair share of new status effects that show up in chapter 2. To take an analogy from Thousand Year Door, the second partner introduces a move that uses an action command similar to Art Attack that gives you an effect that is not entirely unlike Vivian's Veil move of dodging damage, but in a very different way to take advantage of the potency system status effects. So you can get up to two levels of decoy as a status effect, which just blocks one instance of damage completely. It really was, and this one's going to be less reliable most of the time because it's a coin flip based thing. You're going to get 2 coin flips for each character, and there's a 25% chance you just don't get the effect. So I'm giving it to you early game with the idea that later on there will be some other modules that will make it more viable in the late game. But it's fairly cheap to use, at least in its current balancing, so it's like, this is probably fine. Charge up. We're gonna get power up effect for 1 turn, level 2. 2 points of power up. This is gonna be a powerful attack. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to handle a lot of the balance of individual moves, is allowing for other items to synergize well. One of the items that I'm very excited about that's going to probably break some things and make for very interesting builds is items that will affect your luck with coin flips. I want a status effect basically called Lucky in Chapter 3. You're not going to be able to use it yourself. You're going to see an enemy using it first, and then when you get it in the late game, it's going to be this moment of, oh, what could I do with this? The Lucky status effect will guarantee the next X coin flips are heads, and then inverse Unlucky guarantees tails. And that will... I think that will be the crux of a lot of very interesting, high-powered builds. In the same way that Bug Fables had a lot of builds that centered around intentionally poisoning yourself. You know, that sort of weird, like, this seems like a very small thing, but it actually makes all the difference. All right. Power-up effect. We're going to up the animation speed, vibrate the controller, wait 2 seconds. A shaking sound effect would be good here. Who makes a shaking sound effect? Just a rumble. We'll find something for the sound effect. Just include a to-do here. I'm always putting off the sound effects for the moves till the end. Okay, make him wiggle. Set flag. Let's use Rosie's elastic tween animation here to cheat the animation scaling. So set flag, scale. We're gonna leave it at 1.0, but we're gonna temporarily set it to 0.8 just to make it look like this thing is suddenly getting bigger. Charge up is fine. And then when he is charged up, that is when he can use the buzzsaw. But he cannot use it unless he is... that's what we were doing. Source dot. Team... What was it? Battle unit. Only allow using this move if you are the only person on your team. So the boss can only use that when they are alone and they are not already powered up. Then they can use this move. Similarly, the buzzsaw move is only going to be usable if they are if they have power up as a status effect. Hudson, thank you. 59 months.
Holy moly, I just made it.
It's good to see you. It was good. It was calm enough. With a child, an elementary school child running around who, towards the end of Christmas, little Toadette got a little bit rough, but she did okay. She's down for the night. She's got so many new toys. We got her a used Barbie Dream House. She already had one, but we finally talked her into getting rid of the old one so that she could get a new one for Christmas. And she was very emotionally mature with that. She was okay with it. It's huge, first of all. I don't know how much Barbie furniture one house needs, but geez, they're big. We had been keeping it in the attic in preparation for Christmas to get it down. And so when we got it used, it had like a couple of grocery bags full of little Barbie furniture and Barbie clothes and stuff. So Christmas Eve, I go into the attic to pull it out, and I find that one of the bags has a hole in it. I'm like, oh, great, a mouse. There's been a mouse up here. And I see like a bunch of stuff in there for like nesting. I was like, yeah, mouse has been taking a nap in here. I make sure the rest of the house is clean. We wipe it down with some Lysol wipes. And I just leave the junk bag that's been chewed up. I'm like, I'll take care of this later. Well, I check it later and get a better look at what did this mouse make a nest out of? Shut up, bot. she's not here right now. She's visiting. So I check and see, like, what did this mouse make this nest out of? I see it's got this weird material with a weird pattern. I'm like, that's probably some Barbie clothes. I get a better look at it. It's a snake skin. A mouse made a nest out of a snake skin in our attic, which has terrifying implications. Where did it get a snake skin? What happened to the snake? Who is hunting who between this mouse and snake relationship? Yeah. So, we're just kind of trying not to think too hard about it. Oh, and I think we got a flat tire on the way back from Christmas visits, or Christmas Eve visits, which incredibly we made it all the way to pretty much our neighborhood. But it doesn't look very flat. And now we're wondering, like, did we just hit something and it got caught under the tire and it was just making weird noises? What is it? I don't know. We're kind of putting off dealing with it because, you know, there's a lot of other stuff going on right now. That's fine. Okay, Flower Saw. Only do it when you have power-up effect, and it is a priority move of priority 2. So priority 2. There we go. So it overrules the normal summon move. Normally, once the health gets low, he'll summon more allies, but if he's already charged up, he's going to get that out of the way first. Cool move. But that means his only moves right now are power up, subsequently use an attack, or summon. And that's it. Which, I mean, that's something, but he needs more than that. Even if it's just like throw something at you. Oh, that's it. The Breeze Blossom has a move that we can kind of go with here. This one right here. He'll need an animation called Attack, but that's super doable. And we need to just adjust this so that he can, let's see here. Yeah, that'll be a little bit decent variety. We'll say if enemy type is Sunflower, then, okay. Stronger variant gets used if this, or if source dot unit type equals the boss. If it's the boss, then it always uses the stronger variant. There we go. That gives him some more options in battle. Also, he needs now an attack animation. So we're going to duplicate the idle animation, call it attack. This is going to be for this little breezy thing that's going on here. This is going to be pedal is going to need to rotate more than that, like all the way around. All the way around. Full, well, 180 is fine. We'll say that the whole animation is 2 seconds long. This is one of the new songs that Casual wrote for Chapter 2 for the mini game. I think we can go 360. It's pretty cool. I want to wiggle a little faster, though. I really want to get him wiggling here. Really get him going. this can be linear. Luck manipulation sounds like a fun concept. Love those builds. Yeah. Oh yeah, enjoy the lurk. I won't be on too much longer. I usually wrap up about 45 minutes ago. But it's weird Christmas schedule stuff. Oh yeah, enjoy the lurk. Hopefully I won't spoil too much. There we go, that should work. So we can kind of reuse that same attack, but it'll look a little bit different for this enemy. All right, that's looking good. He's got multiple attacks he can use now. Let's pull in a fight. We got music. I'm excited. It's gonna take some time, but we're gonna get there. Put me in the substation. Uh-oh. Set offset. What? Ah, I bet it's something to do with the specific battle zone I chose, which was the substation. Probably has... never mind. Oh, it does have a camera control zone in it. Okay, interesting. That's not necessary unless we are in the substation itself. Already has the camera bounds, but the sub yeah, it's got fade outs and these here. Okay, so move this into here, get rid of these, and we should be all right. Okay, and it crashed. Yay, Godot. That wasn't the game crashing, that was the editor. Time for our weekly crash. But while it's reloading, I'm going to be looking at DOS games again to see if we can find that mystery game I was talking about. Impossible. There's just too many video games. We're back. Okay. Let's try it again. Give me substation again. Let's try it. Yeah, there was a camera zone in the substation. He needs a new action command still. Between getting them... Nice. I also got a Switch 2. Me and Lil Toadette played a little bit of Mario Kart World. And like the first... Well, realistically, like the first 5 minutes of Donkey Kong. Gonna be basically useless. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted to see, is kind of that fake wiggle. Oh shoot, that needs to be for 2 turns, technically, because it immediately is gone after the first turn. Returns was really good, especially Tropical Freeze. So is this the case on all of these? Stats effect 2-1. long as it has this right here. Oh, okay, strong start. Well, yeah, that one's fine because you don't trigger the event. Okay, there we go. All right, so I should be able to just scrap a bit. Ooh. The timing does not feel good. So he should be getting close. Ooh, that's rough to time. Should be using some stronger moves. Okay, so now he's gonna hit me with the big attack. So what I'm gonna do is use the new attack here. There we go. There we go. It's a block it. Pretty good. And so instead of dealing 4 damage to everyone, ooh, geez, that's gonna hurt if you tank it. Having Leon for that is big. Oh, geez. All right, we need to make a slight change here for the bird move. Bird summon move. It is the command, isn't it? Yeah, the arrow needs to be at a higher index. Depth test? Render priority, that's what I want. Can't see it. It's back there. I know it's back there. I just can't see it. I guess turning off depth test is the way to go here. Oh, no, wait. That still gives me... Okay, what now if I add the offset? There we go. Ooh. All right. Well, it's good to know. Okay. Oh, the bird, too. Oh, well. So he's got to be ready to summon again, right? There we go. Okay. When we get 3 in here, it's going to be really crowded. I think... Every time... Maybe every time before summoning, we have him scoot back half a unit. How far? Like, this is like the closest I would want him when we get to 3. So, how far can I scoot this guy over? One is fine. So what if we say after a summon, scoot over, I don't know, because this is too far, but this is okay-ish. To scoot over before the summon by like 0.3 units. it's like as of now, you throw out, say, the Scarecrow, and it's like, okay, well, this is just like everybody's like right next to each other now. And that feels like a little bit too much. All right, so when we do the summon, we're gonna move actor. Move him over 0.33 slowly. Summon position. Starts 0.66 away. And we're gonna squeeze him in just a little bit tighter. Just a little bit. Okay, I think that's fine. All right, well, oh, there's the message. My wife is on the way home as of 2 minutes ago. So I think we should find someone that we can raid. That is easier said than done. Okay, let's start looking here. Our usuals are not on this late, which makes sense. Alright, first off, anyone recommended immediately? It does not look like it. Yeah, the normal recommendations not panning out. So next up, we will check the categories. Let's check for game development category. Easy one to start with. There's Fui. There's me. There's Jed. Browsing the game development category, I've mentioned this before, it's awful. You have no idea of knowing what you're getting into. At least with like normal video game streams, you at least have some idea of what's coming. At least you know what game you're gonna see. I don't even know for sure if I'm gonna see a game here. Is anybody here working on? See, this sounds like a fun project idea, but it doesn't look like we're gonna see any actual video gaming happening. Oops, no, increase quality. I cannot read any of this. Doesn't look like it though. But that's just me. That's just me. Yeah, that's not good. All right, so I'm not going to see anybody in Godot category after all. Casual did a really good job on this music. This was like exactly what I wanted for this. Could even peek into the 1,000-Year Door category if we wanted to. That's scary. No, I don't have... jeez. What particularly sucks is I don't have time to hang out and meet new people. And I hate raiding and not being able to stick around for the raid. Oh, you know what category we should check is Mario World. Because we are vaguely familiar with a lot more people in the Super Mario World community. There's hardly anyone on. Okay, scratch that. Dolphin's doing Mario Maker. I would not be against raiding into Dolphin. Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be it. This is gonna have to be the winner because I gotta go. And Mario Maker is basically game development. Oh, this is a fun level. Okay, I'm gonna let ads play out. All right, we're whittling away at our to-do list. I still think the boss needs at least one more attack so it doesn't get stale. It's gonna need some serious balancing. Like, I'm really just struggling to know for sure if it's too much. All right, yeah, let's raid into Dolphin. For those that don't know, I used to be a Mario Maker fiend. All right, I'm gonna clean up my workspace here a little bit. Check in my code. Don't want to lose these changes. We made some progress. The boss is animated. It's got actual moves. It's functional. I need some actual dialogue to surround it, and I still need to make the battle arena for it as well. But that won't be too bad. Little by little, we're getting through it. Thank you all for hanging out. Had a wonderful time tonight. Really glad to be back into streaming after the holidays. I will see you guys again. Next stream is going to be Sunday night, so look forward to that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's going to be more game dev for a while, so look forward to it. Have a good night, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.